welcome to episode 26 of the Late Night Gaming Show. I am joined with...
Jodie,
for the last time ever. No, ever.
No, I'm
for
not leaving, guys.
So Jodie's going on a lovely little vacation.
I am.
Overseas to...
Chicago.
And...
Canada.
So yeah, you're going to Chicago and Canada, aren't you? On a little vacation.
I am.
So if any of you are from there and you see Jodie, make sure that you make fun of her.
Please don't.
For not being able to withhold laughter from jokes.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think I've done quite well these last couple of weeks, but anyway.
If you see her, make sure you use one of the jokes of the week from her, particularly the Donkey Kong one because she loves that one.
And if you don't know that joke, just go back and watch the other video.
Absolutely. So we will be having Mike join us for a whole month.
Wow.
A whole month.
Is it safe to let you two
Probably
lose
not.
for a whole
Probably
month?
not. But I'm sure you'll come up in conversation as always.
Yes.
So
I will be watching, Tim. I will be watching.
So yes. So we are going to go. We're going to fly through this episode today, not because we're trying to rush through it, but because we are still on a mission to make these 30 minutes, and I'm already aware that I've spent too long on the intro. So we're going to move straight into Joke of the Week. Welcome back. It's time for Joke of the Week, and today I have got one of the classic jokes.
Okay.
I don't expect laughter. I don't think it deserves laughter. I don't think we should honour the joke with laughter.
All right.
But I'm running out of... I've been using jokes now for 26 episodes.
That's pretty impressive. That's like half a year.
I know. And well, there was ones before that as well. No, I'm making stuff up now.
No.
There wasn't
We're on
ones
the
before.
26
We've literally done 26. So today I'm going to give you one from the childhood memories. And we'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
You should know the answer.
You never know. It might just like...
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you get a Pokemon? Wait, I've done it wrong. I've lost the game. I said the joke wrong.
You got to say the joke still. Go on.
How do you get Pikachu on a bus?
How do you get Pikachu
Do you not know?
No.
You Pokemon.
That's
what you say.
clever.
If you've never heard that before.
That's pretty clever, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Are you tempted to laugh?
No.
You're not tempted to give that one a little giggle?
No.
I feel like if it's your first time, you should laugh. Don't you think?
No, I don't think I should.
Alright, so just to sum up, I feel like Jodie will use this one. But
I probably would. To be honest with you, it's quite
how
good.
do you get Pikachu on a bus?
I don't know. How would you get Pikachu on a bus, Tim?
You Pokemon. You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
He's a Pokemon.
Pokemon.
He's a Pikachu. You use Pokemon, but you...
You Pokemon. Yeah. Very good.
So there you go. As always, you know, if you're out playing Pokemon Go with your friends, you've done a raid, and you didn't manage to catch Ho-Oh, which we've gone through, but then your other friend does. Or you're like Jodie and you want to do the raid, but you can't connect your phone to the internet, so it won't. You can't actually do the raid, and you're feeling a bit under the weather, feeling sad. I might turn to Jodie to cheer up and go, "Hey Jodie, how do you get Pikachu on a bus?" And then she'll be like, I don't know. I'm too sad to even care. And you say, Pokemon. And she smiles. There's laughter. There's happiness. Joy fills the place.
Yep. That's what
the
it's all
phone
about.
now gets connection because of the happiness.
Yep.
And everyone
needs to go up.
Everyone continues with the day, having a great time.
Yeah.
So that has been Joke of the Week. Jodie managed to pass that one just about.
The
skin of her teeth.
There was that quiet section when you looked at me. That's
Absolutely,
when the problem
that's
was.
where she struggles. So we're going to move on to our next section, which is what have we been playing this week?
What you been playing this week?
Welcome back. It's time for what have we been playing this week, Jodie? What have you been playing this week? It better be Switch games.
Oh, it is, Tim.
It's always going to be Switch games now. What have you been playing?
Because we finished uni for 3 months, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So I've been playing a lot of video games because I've been withdrawn.
Yes.
So we've been playing a bit of Fortnite on the Switch.
Of course.
We've been playing Mario Kart. Bit of
Still struggling with the credit situation where the credits roll at the end of every
Only on the 50cc.
Really?
Yeah, and the 100 one. But it's probably because I haven't completed the 150 and the 200 yet. But
So does it once you've completed it? If anybody else is having this very strange
don't
bug,
understand
we'd love
it.
to know. Come on.
But I tell you what I've actually had a fever for.
A fever.
Literally, I can't stop playing it. Is Splatoon.
Yes,
Splatoon
Jodie.
2. Literally.
Oh, it's beautiful when you get in the Splatoon zone.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Literally every couple of minutes go, oh, I'm just going to go play Splatoon. And I play it, 4 hours pass, and I'm
Yes.
like, whoa. Then I come off, and then like 2 hours later, I'm like, I need to go back on Splatoon. That's literally how it's been.
Absolutely. Did you take part in the Splatfest that happened over the
I think
weekend?
I played like 5 minutes.
Did you?
Yeah, because I still do my uni work and all that, so I was a bit good.
Well, I was away on a little weekend getaway for our anniversary, mine and my wife's anniversary, and I found out there was an internet connection. I was like, I'm going to be able to do the Splatfest. At least I'll be able to do a couple of matches, take part, and it was just like, even I tried to do some challenges on Fortnite, and like I'd get so close to doing it, and then just internet connection would just disappear. So I was very frustrated. So I didn't get to do Splatfest. I was gutted, and it was like the 1 year celebration one. Octolings versus what are they called now? Inklings. I have how did I not use that as a joke? Never mind. Next week.
Well, it's Mike next week, so
I need to
good
say
luck.
this one now. I just thought everyone at home is probably thinking, I know the joke and he needs to not say it. But I'm going to say it for when you come back. I'm excited.
I think you should do it with Mike.
I don't think he would find it funny. So yeah, for me, I've not had as much time, but the time that I have had has been me trying to catch up with the Fortnite challenges. So especially yesterday, I made sure I just finished off the few that I didn't manage to do over the weekend. So it's mainly been that, and I have been playing a ton of Rocket League as well, because they had a 1 year anniversary event as well.
Yeah.
Not for my anniversary, just point that out.
But it was all the same.
I think it was actually Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Power Battle Cars 10th anniversary, believe it or not.
Well done.
So that came out 10 years ago. I can't even comprehend that. That's insane.
That is insane.
I was 16 when that came out, and I bought it, played it too much, and I'm like, that was 10 years ago. That makes me really sad. Sad. But they had an event on where you could get special skins and stuff. So I was all over that. You couldn't actually get a skin. I just said skins, but it wasn't skins. It was it was other things, other cosmetic items. But it was really cool. Anyway, so I'd encourage you to play it, but it's ended now, so you've missed it.
I don't want to play.
So good though, Jodie. Honestly, I had some of the most incredible goals I've ever scored, and I want to show you later because you're gonna cry at how good they were. Tactically beautiful. I actually at one point, right, no joke. Luckily, Beth was not in the house. So when Beth's not in the house, just let loose. When we scored, it was 2-2. I think it was the last 15 seconds. Me and the guy I was playing with scored a last second goal. I stood up, ran around the room. I ran around the room going, yes! Yeah! And just running around the table like this. And I'm not even ashamed to say that. It was a beautiful moment. And with that, we're going to move on to the news.
It's time for some news, yeah. It's time for some news.
Welcome back. It is time for the news. We have got 6 items on the list this week, but there isn't actually really that much news, to be honest. So this isn't anything crazy, but we're going to go through it nonetheless. So number 1, Surgeon Simulator has been announced that it's coming to the Switch, and it's going to have motion controls. So what you can do is you can cut somebody open and perform surgery with your Joy-Cons.
Nice.
Just what every little boy and girl wanted for Christmas. Yeah. If you've not played Surgeon Simulator before, it's like, especially on
I actually like games like that.
On PC, each key controlled a finger, and it just it gets messy. It's more like a funny game, but there is obviously like hearts and lungs flying about, and it gets crazy. It's not for the non-squeamish.
Yeah, I kind of like things like that. So
you like cutting people open?
Well, not games like that. Yeah.
Just to confirm,
surgeon games. So
only surgeon games. So Jodie has a soft spot for games where you cut people open and fix their organs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have imagined that. I do actually have it on the PS4, but I've not actually touched it. I felt like that was a game that Mike would love.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there you go. That will
purposely throw a hat at someone.
that will be on the Nintendo Switch, and you'll be able to do this, I guess, and pretend you're cutting someone open. I point out that surgeons are incredible people. So if anything, it's teaching you how to save lives.
It's true. You have to do emergency surgery on the.
Please don't attempt the surgery in that game at all. Number 2, Ni no Kuni 2 is getting story DLC. So obviously that game did very well. And that's really good. I haven't played the game yet still. I really want to get the King's Edition of it. That's what I've been that's why I've not got it, because I'm like waiting for that moment where I buy that. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, King's Edition. It's going really cheap at the moment. I wish I didn't tell people that, because I don't want people to buy it, because then I won't be able to buy it for the cheap price. But it's good. That'll be coming out next year if you're a Ni no Kuni 2 person. Number 3, you can now, weirdly enough, on Amazon, you can pre-order the Nintendo Switch Online service, which doesn't even have a release date yet, but you can pre-order it. And I believe in the UK, I haven't actually checked it, but it's $20 for a year in the US. So I'm imagining it's going to be something like £18 probably. It'll be about £18. They usually drop about £2 or £3 compared to the dollars. So how do you feel about paying for online on the Switch? Obviously, I want to point out what that entails is you get 20, this is day one, you get 20 NES classics, so Nintendo Entertainment System classic games that all have online functionality now, which has obviously never been done. You get cloud saves for your games, so if you're panicking that you're going to lose all your save data for your games, you obviously put that in the cloud. And then obviously you can play online. So does that interest you, Jodie? Will you be buying? Do you think it's a good price?
I mean, all the games that I play are online.
That's the problem,
so you
isn't
kind
it?
of have to do that.
Yeah.
But I do you know what I love about Nintendo is the fact that they've actually had it with no online service so far.
Yeah.
And I love that they've just gone, do you know what, we're not going to have an online service. But now they're bringing it in, I'm like, you're going to turn it into the Sony. And I don't want that.
Well, it all started with Microsoft. Remember, back in the PS3 days, you didn't pay for online.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
I think it's in. I mean, well, the reason it's been, they actually said day one, they were like, there's going to be an online service, but it's supposed to come in September of the first year. Obviously, we're into September of the second year now, so they've obviously had issues with it. But I've got to say, like £18 for a year of the online stuff is actually a really good price. And you think about it, 20 games straight away, which they'll add to over time. The cloud saves, I don't know why people are complaining about the cloud saves being paid for, because on the PlayStation you pay for cloud saves as well, you know what I mean, to back up your save data. So I don't think it's that crazy. I mean, I would pay that money just for the 20 NES games. I'd be quite happy for that. So the rest of it's just a bonus. So I'm quite kind of fine with that. I just think Nintendo needs to do more on the online front, because obviously, like when you played the Mario Tennis online thing, like the test, and it was not good, was it?
No,
it's all over the place. I just think they need to tighten things up like that. But I think it's definitely worth it. I don't know why you pre-order it. Why on the day you're just going to surely click the button and get it?
But is it because you pre-order it, you get the 20 games?
No.
Oh.
It's just going to be like PlayStation Plus, where you pay your year fee and that's it. Oh. You wouldn't pre-order that, would you?
No.
So I don't know who's the lame people doing
I won't be paying for my PlayStation Plus this year. Sorry.
Maybe not.
No.
I think I just paid for it last month, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of regretting it, because I barely play on my PlayStation anymore. But luckily, I've got rid of my Xbox, so I don't have to pay for that anymore. Happy days. I will say that every episode. Number 4, Paladins is now free on the Nintendo Switch. So Paladins is kind of like Overwatch. It's heavily compared to that, but it's great because it's a competitive first-person shooter that's on the Switch, and now you can play it for free. Nice. I've been playing it for a while, because if you paid for one of the Founders packs, you got to play a couple of months early, and it is actually really good if you give it a chance. So I definitely recommend it, Jodie. I think you'll enjoy it. So there's a nice first-person shooter for everyone to enjoy. Number 5, as always, everyone's complaining about Fortnite. So, shock horror, they actually changed Fortnite a little bit, or added something to it, and everyone's freaking out. So the source of the freak out this week is they've added a new SMG.
Yeah.
And apparently it's really good at taking out walls.
It is.
And people don't like it because people don't like you be able
shot.
to shoot through walls. As in, like, you know what I mean, gets rid of walls.
Yeah.
So they're complaining that the building aspect of the game is being diminished because there's a weapon that can take down walls easier. Look, guys.
That's the point.
There's a couple of things here. Number 1, stop complaining.
Yeah.
Because who cares? Well, I'm not saying you're not going to care, but it's not exactly changing the world, is it? Number 2, it's in early access still, and people don't remember that. Like, this game isn't actually finished, so it's not actually officially finished.
No.
So they're gonna be trying different things to see what works and doesn't work. That's okay. If it's too overpowered, they'll reduce it in the future. Chill.
True.
Chill.
It's true.
Number 3, just because you're dead good at building doesn't mean that should own the entire game. I don't think it's actually great that basically you can shoot somebody in the back once and they just go, wall, wall, wall.
It's true.
Because that's what happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, people have the sensitivity on too high, and it's like...
So points where you clearly should have had the kill, the fact that somebody can just go wall, wall behind you, like that's not that amazing. So I think
Is that probably because we're both terrible builders?
No, it's not. I got better at building, but I don't think the whole game should be about building. You know what I mean?
True.
So I think a lot of people, what they say is, so like the aiming and the shooting, it's very low skill. So you don't need a lot of skill to be able to actually shoot from long distances and stuff. But like the building part of it is the one skill part in the game, which makes you a better player. But at the same time, like I don't. The main objective is to kill the other person, so the shooting part needs to play a part in that. So if the game is basically who can build the highest and then shoot downwards, that's not that exciting to me. So I think it's okay. And surely it should be good that there's a weapon that can do that can pull down walls. Surely that makes it more tactical.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they just need to reduce the amount of damage it does to people. But maybe it's just a weapon that takes out walls and all. I don't know. But people, stop complaining. Get over it. Sorry, that sounds really harsh, but...
it's true.
But it's true.
It's true. Do you know what I do love about Fortnite at the minute? Is the golf buggies. And it's not just for driving about on them, it's because you can jump on them. And it's just like a launch pad. It's boss.
People are loving the buggies.
Yeah.
But I just think, like, it's like, I think people are just, they got used to playing a certain way, and when they introduce a new weapon or something, it's like they've got to change the way they play. And I'm like, to me, that's a good thing, surely. You know what I mean? To try something.
Because there will be people that are better with other weapons.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you keep it as one strong weapon, and that's the only strong weapon, you can't play with that weapon, then you're a bit like, well, I'm never going to win a game. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
so it's just like, it's like people will complain because there's not much change in the game, but then they change something in the game, they complain that they changed something in the game. We just need to move on with that a lot. Okay, number 6. So this is the final one. We just discovered just before shooting that there's a Switch Summer Sale that have just started today.
Yeah.
So there is a ton of games on sale. I'm happy because there's a couple of games that I've wanted to pick up. Like Old Man's Journey looks really interesting, but I didn't want to pay full price for it because I wasn't sure about it. Half the price now. Living the dream. So there's a few other games as well that are on there. I'd say some noticeable ones. There's Lego City Undercover. If you've never played that game before, it's basically like Grand Theft Auto but Lego, and you're a policeman, so it's all legal, which is great. So you get that nice openness and fun without the bad stuff. That's good.
It's good.
So I'd recommend that one. Rayman's on sale as well, which is a great game, and a few others. So there's definitely something for everyone, I would say. So there you go. So check that out. I don't know how long it's on for, so bye now.
I think it'll be on over August.
It'll probably be on for about, I would estimate, about a month. You're probably looking at, so you're probably right. So that has been the news. Let's move on to what is out this week.
Can someone tell me what's out this week? Hey-oh.
Welcome back. It's time for what is out this week. So as always, I'm going to give you a list of the most noticeable games coming out this week, and then Jodie decides what you should pick up if you're desperate to buy a brand new game this week. So, out this week, number 1. Well, this is technically out for you. This will have come out on the previous Friday. So this will already be out for you. And that is Overwatch Legendary Edition. I don't know what that actually entails, because they brought out I can't remember. They brought out Anniversary Edition, which came out, I think, a year or two after the game. And that just came with extra loot boxes or something. Yeah. So I'm assuming this just gives you more. I can't imagine what else it'd give you. So Overwatch is a great game. But if you don't have it yet, why? If you don't have it and you wanted it, why would you wait this long? You're not waiting for this, are you? Weird. Anyway, number 2, we've got Titan Quest, which is coming out on the Nintendo Switch. This looks like a top-down kind of RPG. Again, don't know much about it, but it looks interesting. And then number 3, we've got Hello Neighbor. So this was on the list last week, but I'm not sure if it's been delayed because I'm pretty sure it was coming out this week, but apparently it's not. So this week, so Friday for you, Hello Neighbor's coming out on the Nintendo Switch. So I didn't know this was actually already out yet until my good friend Josh. I see you, Josh. He was explaining to me. That this game's already out on the Xbox. I didn't even know.
Oh.
I don't know if that means it's out on PlayStation as well. But he was telling me about the game and it sounded horrific. as in it just not like anything really bad. It just sounds like we were talking about hide and seek. It's bad times for us. Yeah. This game sounds like the worst game of hide and seek of all time. So it looks interesting, but we might still do. Unfortunately, it comes out the day after Jodie goes away, so I might have to try and figure out doing a gameplay thing with Mike. Mike's not as bad, I don't think, with hide and seek. But he'll probably
we can play it when we get back.
He'll probably troll a guy.
When we get back
well, maybe we might do one with Mike, and then maybe we do one with you in the dark.
In the dark?
Yeah, I'll switch on the lights off. You put the headphones on.
No.
Terrifying times all around. That could be fun. So Jodie, out of those 3 games, what game do you recommend this week? It's a tough one this week.
It's just got to be Hello Neighbor.
Going for Hello Neighbor.
Yeah. It's just going to have to be.
So, just to confirm as well, we checked after we shot last week, and it's a 7, which I was really surprised about. But I guess because we were at first, I thought it's interesting because the graphics are like kind of Pixar graphics.
Yeah.
But then there's nothing like gory. There's nothing. It's just you being chased by a crazy man. Apparently that's a 7. Apparently 7-year-olds are allowed to be chased by crazy men. Take that as you will. But Jodie's Jodie's choice of the week is Hello Neighbor, and I agree. That is a great choice for this week. So now we're going to move
back on the same lines.
Absolutely, pick of the week back where it belongs, without Lego Incredibles being the choice.
I still stand by that, by the way.
If you watched the review last week, you will not be standing by Jodie. So moving on, we're going to move on to section 5, which is reviews of the week.
Oh, it's time to get funky. The reviews of the week.
Welcome back. It is time for reviews of the week, and this week I have got the game that I have been waiting so long to talk about.
Go on.
It's I've been an emotional roller coaster, start to finish, from announcement to release.
Go on.
It's been an emotional journey for Tim. But Octopath Traveler. It's time for the review, and I'm so excited to share this gem of a game. So Jodie, I know you've been over the moon about this game. You've been excited for it. You could not be able to shut up about it.
Every day I've been waiting for this.
So this game is very much based on the original Final Fantasy games, which is enough. If you just told me that, I don't even need to see it. I'm there. So I think I've actually finished every single Final Fantasy game there's been, which is scary. So this one, it's kind of, the graphical style is the big draw here. So it's like a mix between 2D and 3D. So it's like the backgrounds and everything are 3D, and everything's kind of 3D, but it's 2D. It's like, I can't even explain it, but it's just, trust me, go and look at some screenshots or something, or the video footage. It is just an artistic masterpiece. It is spot on, beautiful, and like, especially like snowy areas, sandy areas, just incredible. Oh, beautiful. I could literally talk about the graphics all day, but we haven't got time.
Let's carry
on. So that was the big thing, and it's this obviously big nostalgia trip between the old style Final Fantasy 2D graphics and bringing in something new. So the big thing about this game is that you have the Octopath, which makes it sound like octopus. That is not the case. Got nothing to do with an octopus. It just means that there's 8 different characters that all have different paths. So what I loved about this game is you have these 8 different characters, and they all have their own unique story, and you get to play through that story at your own pace, and you can kind of pick up each character. You can start wherever you want. You can start with whatever character you want. So if the knight speaks to you more and you want to start with that one, like I did, called Ulbrich, what a legend, I started with him, and then you can make your way around and pick up the other characters whenever you want and play their stories. Or you can play on the other side of the entire world map and start with a different character. So everyone can kind of has their own starting places, and it's nice to see different people pick up different characters and go on their journey slightly different, which is cool. And the stories are really good, and I'm intrigued to carry on and go further. And it's so cool to come up to a new city and find a new character and learn what they're about. And it just does the story so well. My biggest complaint with the story, though, is that each character's story doesn't like interlock with each other and go into this bigger story together, which is what you'd think, wouldn't you? You'd think you've got these 8 characters, they're going to come together and try and do something like there's a big threat against the world, something all got to come together and do that. There's actually no. What I found really weird is that, like, so I've done Albrecht's story, which is all about, it's about his friend who was a knight. He let him down and did something really bad, and he's kind of gone into hiding, and it's kind of his journey there. And then I find a merchant just after that, and their story doesn't link in with his at all. It's just, she just kind of goes, will you help me do this? And you go, okay, and you do it. And then she just follows you around to the end of time. It's like, why? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense why you know what I mean? So it's like their individual stories are really interesting, but it doesn't make sense why the characters are there together. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of like they've come across each other accidentally, but there's no reason why they carry on following each other around. Do you get what I mean? So it's just like you're carrying on this character's story, but those other characters are just there. And then when you go to their section, you carry on their story, the other characters are just there. So it's just that's where it just needed that little something extra to carry it over. But other than that, so the storylines are great. It just needed that bigger overarching storyline that brings them all together. The combat system is amazing. It is absolutely spot on. It's everything you want from like classic Final Fantasy, but adds in a bit of a new flavor. And I couldn't go into the whole dynamic of how it works. You'd have to play it to really understand it, but it's great. It's so good. I think if you've never really got into JRPGs, this is a great place to start. Fantastic place to start to get you into other ones. And it just moves at a really nice pace. So a big complaint of RPGs is that, let's say you were a level 15 character, and the next area to get to was a level 30. You would literally have to run around in circles until a new enemy appears, and then you kill that, get a bit of experience, and you just do that over and over again till you level up enough, and it gets really boring, doesn't it? Does that sound boring?
Yeah, well, boring.
So you'd spend hours just trying to level up your character so you can go into this next area. But because you've got different characters spread out across the world map, you can go, okay, I'm going to do Albrecht's next bit of his story. Oh, for his next bit, I need to be another 5 levels ahead. Okay, I'll go and tackle this character's story first, which is lower level, and then you'll naturally just build up levels. So it's not like you're having to sit in one place and grind till you level up. You can just go and do another character's story, and you'll level up naturally, and then you can come back to that one later. So you're never staying in one place in one time, which is really good. So it kind of deals with those issues, which is great. So the only problem I've got is the overarching storyline. Other than that, it's a perfect game. It's a perfect game, Jodie. It's so good.
Right.
I can't contain my excitement of how good it is. So if I was to give it a game score, it gets a 9.5. So it's the highest 9 we give, because we do it in 0.5s. That's how we do it. But it's just that overarching storyline just brings it down. That's what's disappointing. So I want to give it a 10 so bad, but it's just not there. So I'm really hoping Octopath 2 for the win. I feel like this is a great starting point. They've introduced us to the characters. We feel connections to these characters. Give us something big to go for next, or you can give us some DLC. They have said they won't give us DLC, but we want it.
Tim clearly wants that.
We want it.
So please
give me it. Give me it. And then on a morality score. So this one's a bit tricky. So obviously there's no blood. There's no gore. There's not. I don't think there's any swearing. It's all kind of pixelated, so there wouldn't be anything to see anyway. The only thing that you're going to have to deal with is, so there's obviously like made up religions in this, and there's a lot of talk of like, there's actually one character who actually works in a church of this religion, and it's all around a flame and stuff. So there's obviously stuff to do with that and magic and all that kind of stuff. So it's more, it's not like in your face, but you know, it is there. And that's all there really is. There is going to be a couple of adult themes as well. So one of the characters in particular is she's actually a princess who's gone into hiding, and she actually what she does in hiding, she's basically a dancer. Okay. So again, there's going to be a few little adult themes here. I can't remember what the age is on this, but just to be aware that there's a couple of things in there. So I will probably give this a quite solid 8 out of 10. I don't think you're going to be crying over the stuff in this. So you're going to be great. So there you go. You got a 9.5 for the game score and an 8 on the morality score. And Jodie,
mate,
get on it.
I'm on it.
Get on it.
Well on it.
Get rid of the Lego Incredibles and get on it. I can't believe you did pick of the week when you had those 2 games. You gave Lego Incredibles pick of the week. I can't even respond. Can't even talk. I'm going to move on. The topic of the week, and the topic of the week will be discussing that atrocity of a decision you made. Okay, let's move on to topic of the week.
Topic of the week.
Welcome back. It's time for topic of the week. So this week, we're taking a little emotional journey now. So we talked about the emotional journey of Octopath Traveler. But no, seriously, we're going to be talking a little bit about games and can they speak to you in like a personal way. So there's been an argument for a long time, is video games art? Of course it is. But have we had experiences of games where it's like spoke to us on a personal level and sort of may perhaps changed us and made us think about things that we wouldn't have before? Mm-hmm. So instantly, the game that I always kind of refer to in this was Beyond Two Souls. And something that really has always stuck in my mind was the homeless sections in that game.
Yeah.
I've never seen a game deal with homelessness like that before. Yeah. I think it did such a good job of showing the side of that and showing how difficult it is for people in those situations. And it was just, it actually really made me think, and I never thought I would.
Yeah, I think with that game, it really shows the true side to it and the actual hopelessness that the people are in. That I think is great because it shows that awareness of the area, and it shows that they're not all drug addicts, they're not all alcoholics. They're actually like situations like the main homeless guy that you work with, like family died and all that.
Yeah.
I just I'm the same. I was like, wow, it's quite incredible.
So I mean, that one is one of the first ones that come to mind. Other ones, I would say, Journey, the game Journey, was such a surprise, because it's a game where not a word is spoken. There's a button that you press to communicate with another player, and it literally just does like a little tune. But other than that, it was weird moving experience, but you didn't know why. That's the only way I can explain it. So you kind of like traveling towards this mountaintop, but the game just automatically just couples you with somebody, but it's not like you don't feel like there's any sort of matchmaking. You'll just see a player just doing something in the corner or like in the distance, and you'll just travel up to them, and then suddenly you'll be doing the game together, and it never tells you who the person is until the very end. But I just remember my first playthrough. I think it was the second sort of level. Was it the first level? Second level, I think it was. Got put with this player, and we actually played through the entire game together in one sitting. And you kind of being shown this sort of storyline through it, but it's kind of open for interpretation. You're going to kind of work it out yourself. But I just remember it really making me think hard, and like the music was just incredible. It was just quite an experience that I couldn't really explain. And I think if anybody's ever like, show me a game that's art, that's art, that is the game you go to. Absolutely amazing game. Another game that I think of as well is Final Fantasy IX. The way it dealt with each characters in their situations, like, really did speak to it. It even had a hint of racism in it. I don't mean it was racist, but I mean it kind of brought that theme out, particularly with one character. So I think like games are really good at bringing up issues in a kind of non-threatening way, if you like. I think as we move into more modern games, I think they're trying harder to be more in your face, which I don't think is a good thing.
No.
You know what I mean? I feel like they're purposely putting things in games to be like, here's an issue. Did you know this was an issue? You know what I mean? Whereas I feel like the games that I'm sort of talking about is very subtle and how they brought it about, and it made you think in a different way. So like the homelessness, it wasn't like we just need to put a homeless section in because we want to put it in people's face. It was very natural how it happened in the story and things like that. So I think that's kind of the key going forward. I hope games don't get too like they're just trying to prove a point all the time. So yeah, that's me. What about you, Jodie? You think of anything?
I think I've not been playing this game, but I watched PewDiePie. I think it's PewDiePie. Yeah, I watched PewDiePie play it, and he's not like normally a big game player, but yeah, it's that Detroit one.
Oh yeah, okay.
And what gets me is that you go through all these different characters, and the stories are so different, and it just makes you stop and think and go, well, actually, even though sometimes you're in a rubbish mood, like there might be someone that's even worse off, or whatever. It just made me think. I think it gives you an awareness of people around you more than ever. And then of course, like, you have situations like in one part with the detective and Connor. Connor goes to the house, and like the detective's like blind drunk on the floor, and then I think he like wakes him up and sorts him out because they have to go and do something. But then he starts like snooping around his house, like seeing, like getting to know him a little bit better, and you find out like his kids died, his wife left him, and stuff like that. And I'm just like, wow, it just shows that even though like there's a situation where a robot's running around with a little girl because they're trying to stay away from drunk dad, and then you got this situation where he's lost his kid, and then you got another situation where the robot's becoming human itself. And it's just awareness of like human. So it's just an awareness like of people around us, that we might be in a bad mood and like we have to go to work or we have to do something, but then it comes out that we have to actually just step up sometimes and be in a better mood than what we go to work or school in our college. So
I think as well, like if you're a Christian like we are as well, I think often you can be encouraged to stay away from games that might, I don't know, tackle certain issues. But I think like I'm obviously being careful what you go for, but I think actually like I was saying, I think just like if you see a movie or you read a book or anything like that can show you things that you know, or have an impact on you, or you know. But I think like a lot of the time if you're looking at a game or playing through a game with the lens of a Christian, it can actually speak to you in very specific ways. And like I said, I've had many experiences where I'm just like, you know, just had a sense of things or being shown something that's actually changed me as a person in a good way. So what I'd say is if you're somebody who just plays like Fortnite all the time, that's it, or you know, you play FIFA all the time and that's it, you know, games where it's just literally it's not that they're rubbish or anything. I just mean like they're not like it's just you shooting stuff or you just, you know, just trying to score a goal or something. I actually say like just try and play like a more story driven game. Just try it, and you might be surprised how much you enjoy it. But a game that I definitely recommend as well, and this is a game that I've wanted to play for so long but I've just never got around to it, a game called That Dragon Cancer, and it's on the PC, and it was actually made by a Christian couple. And they were dealing with the loss of their child who died to cancer, and like that really happened to them, and they basically to process it and deal with it, they actually made this game called That Dragon Cancer, and it kind of takes you through their journey and how it like affected them with the faith and things like that. And it actually got an award at the Game Awards. It's like critically acclaimed all over the place. I just recommend. I think if you're probably a bit older, I wouldn't recommend it. If you're just dead young and it's probably not something that you're ready to deal with. But I definitely recommend that, you know, to give it a try and just try and get through that, because from what I've seen a fair amount of it. Like, it's really powerful. So I really hope that more Christians step up to it in that way as well. And I think it's a great tool to use. Definitely. But like, absolutely incredible to see a Christian couple like open up in that way and share what it's like. I mean, I can't even imagine what it's like to lose a child to cancer, but you know, they've kind of done that. So that's a game I definitely recommend. And hopefully I'll play it soon. It's on Steam. Maybe probably won't do a playthrough of that actually, so we'll probably end up crying, but that's okay. So that has been us. So basically, broaden your horizons, people.
Yes.
And play Horizon Zero Dawn, because that's great. So thanks for joining us. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button to see many, many more just like this. Yeah. We have got unboxing videos coming out the wazoo at the moment. Go and check that out on the channel, and make sure you join us here next week for Late Night Game Show episode 27 with Mike. He'll be bringing that flipping PC perspective as always. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you very, very soon.
I think it'd be Simpsons Hit and Run.
Simpsons Hit and Run spoke to you
Yeah.
on a personal level.
Yeah.
And how did it speak to you? How to run people over and do a runner?
No, that I'll always be better than Bart Simpson.
What?